Welcome back to the Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show, and as I'm sure many of you guys are already aware, I follow a series very closely called Millennial Money. It's by CNBC Make It, and what they do is they follow the lives and spending habits of millennials, and they see how much money they're making and how much money they're spending on iced coffee and avocado toast and everything else they shouldn't be spending money on. And then what I do as a frugal person who loves saving money and investing as I go through, and I give them tips about how they could be improving and how they could just not spend any money whatsoever and how they're wasting it on frivolous things that shouldn't matter whatsoever, like Starbucks and stuff like that. But this time is a little bit different. They threw me a curveball today. I was not expecting this one because usually everyone's in the United States, and I know that pretty well. I know, what people should be spending on housing in California and a little bit around the East Coast and stuff like that. But this time we're going international. Didn't see that one coming. All the way to Helsinki, Finland. That's where this millennial money is taking place. So we're going to go all the way to Finland on my computer. Not actually go to Finland, but we're going to go here on the computer and review the video titled "Living on 48K a Year in Helsinki, Finland." Wait for it, millennial money. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into this and see what this is all about. Oh, a headphone warning. Jeez, I had my volume turned all the way up, and the first thing they started out with is some kid just screaming at someone else's face. I'm just turning the volume down immediately on this one.
My name is Maria Aino MacDonald. I'm 30 years old, and I live in Helsinki, Finland.
I gotta say, it seems like a fun place to visit one of these days. It seems beautiful. I don't know anything about the economics or anything of Finland, but I gotta say, visually, it looks pretty cool.
In Finland, it's been this kind of rule that you don't talk about money that much. It would be considered bragging if you would tell about how much you make, etc. And still you find many people, even young people, that wouldn't tell you how much they make.
Wow, okay, so we just gotta get my reaction from an American perspective. Look at this. Okay, so first of all, we got a mortgage, $466 for a 4-bedroom split with a partner. I don't care if that's split with a partner or not. Under $1,000 a month for a mortgage. Wow. Okay. Next, $638 on food. That seems high to me. But I don't know what food. See, I don't know any. I have nothing to compare it to because I don't know how expensive food is there. What if she's eating lobster every day and that's the diet of people in Finland? I don't know. So I can't really comment too much on that. The daycare, $372 on daycare. If you were in the United States, you could just easily add a zero to that, and that would be believable. $372. How? I want to know how that works out. But then we get the savings. Only $222 a month on saving. That's not a lot. We should take some of the food budget and put it towards the savings because that's not that much. Next, transportation, $100 for transport. Unlimited bus and train pass and gas. This is just so much different than what I'm used to. It's like transportation, $100. Like where's your car payment? Where is your auto insurance? Where is your gas payment? Donations, $81 a month. Student loans, $67? $67 a month for student loans. Wow. Again, in the United States, just add a zero to everything, and that's what it would be. That's crazy. Health insurance, $11 a month for health insurance. Wow. I pay $200 and something a month for my health insurance, and it covers nothing. I mean, it's really just in place that if, God forbid, something were to happen to me, I wouldn't go bankrupt with $3 trillion medical expenses. That's all my insurance is for. But $11 a month. Wow. Okay. Then we got MISC, $353. Utilities, subscriptions, phone bill, dog. Okay, that's fine. But wow, it's $2,300 a month, and you live like this. Wow. That seems like a good value.
I live with my husband, Duke. He's a musician, and we've been together for 10 years now.
It's funny, he looks like a musician. I think a lot of musicians have a look to him. He's got that look. I could see it.
I've been talking with my husband about the situation that I make a little bit more at the moment, but he says that it doesn't bother him, which is great because it obviously doesn't bother me.
Okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit off topic here, but I don't know why it would ever bother a man if his wife or his girlfriend or whatever makes more money than him. If your ego is so fragile that would demasculate you or make you feel inferior, then you got bigger problems, in my opinion, than her making more money than you. Let's be real here. Like, why would that ever bother anybody is beyond me, unless you just can't handle that, but that's you problems, if that is the case, you know?
So in Finland, you don't pay anything for university. I mean, maybe some books or something.
Wow, I mean, that's pretty crazy to think that like the government would subsidize your cost of education. See, this is so much different than I'm accustomed to in the United States, where not only is healthcare just unbelievably expensive, but they also expect you to fork over hundreds of thousands of dollars for a school degree you don't really need, that doesn't really teach you much, that doesn't give you really much advantage in the workforce. And here Finland is just being like, oh, go to school, here's some money for that. I really don't know too much about the entire system here. It seems interesting, I'm not used to it, but I'm wondering if it gives you that much competitive advantage if it's free, if everyone is doing it. But obviously, I mean, I think school is way too expensive to begin with. I think healthcare is way too expensive to begin with. I think those costs need to be brought down. I think there's so many problems that do need to be addressed in the United States, and I think school and healthcare are the two systems that do need to have some sort of reform to them. But I do find it interesting that Finland has taken this approach. So they have some music on this that I don't want to get copyright striked, so I'm just going to voice over this for like 3 more seconds until it's done right now. That's smart, that's smart. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Use that loan to go and buy something. You know, I think more people should be doing, just take out student loans, go and like house hack some. I'm not endorsing that, by the way, but I'm just saying, would be funny, right? Funny to go and do that and just go and put it towards like a down payment on something, house hack it in college, have your friends pay your rent, make a little money on the side, you know, have it go up in value, potentially flip it after, you know, just joking around, of course, right?
I took student loan out and put it on that account so that by the time being that I would stop my studies, I could have the 10% there to buy that house.
But also in the United States, they don't like you borrowing money to use that towards your down payment. Usually they like to see that that comes out of your own pocket so you don't have an additional loan, depending on how much money you're making, by the way. But generally that's how it is. They don't like to see you borrowing money and, you know, borrowing more money.
I don't pay basically anything on my healthcare. Of course, when I pay taxes, some of that money will go to the healthcare.
All right, so what's the tax rate in Finland? Because that's the thing. It's like if the tax rate's like 80%, then obviously you're paying extra for it. But I have a feel. Let's see what it is. Get this, you guys. The personal income tax rate in Finland, 51.6%. Wow, with the highest personal income tax rate being 62% and the lowest is 49%. No wonder everything's free, because half the money you make just goes right back to the government. Wow! Oh, that's so much money! Jeez! I'm sitting here complaining that my tax rate was like 55%. But that's stupid. Like, that's just absurd because of my tax bracket right now. But wow! But just to assume that like you can make like 50 grand and half of that goes to taxes. Woo! No, I mean, no wonder it's all free. No wonder it's all free, just because they're paying for it. They're subsidizing it without really paying for it. It's just, it's ridiculous. So now it just makes sense why like school is free, healthcare is free, everything. You're still paying for it. You're paying for it for the rest of your life as long as you live there, whether or not you use it or not, because that's just in the tax. Okay, now it kind of makes a little bit more sense.
The maternity leave is long. You get about 3 months with full salary and then 6 months with 75% salary. And after that even, so after 9 months, you still have a possibility to stay home if you want, but then you get about 500 a month.
Okay, so I'll admit all of that is very impressive, but let's not forget that that is subsidized by people paying half of their income towards taxes. None of this is free. None of this is just the government going and giving you some. You are giving something back in return for it. I'm not denying that's not nice. It is nice, but the money does come from somewhere. And whether or not you're on board with paying more taxes in exchange for that, it's debatable. I think it depends on the person and how much you actually use. But the money does come from somewhere. I just want to make that very clear.
I am super bad at planning the grocery stuff. So basically, if I really wanted to save money, I would start doing like, okay, what do we eat next week? And then I would buy like a bunch of stuff and I could, you know, make soup out of Monday's leftovers or something like that. I like food and I like like good food, so basically I'm buying whatever ingredients I want, whenever I feel like it.
All right, so that makes sense why the food bill is so much. You know, if she wanted to save a little bit more money, by all means, cut down on the food budget. It seems like maybe that's a little bit excessive there, but you know, maybe get it down to like 400 and something. But if anything, I mean, that's my only criticism so far on this.
I don't do my work because of money, like I do my work because I enjoy it. But I did read somewhere again, like that your happiness level rises up to 70,000 per year. I would say maybe that 70,000 a year would be my kind of goal in life.
You know, I've heard that too. It's actually $72,000 for peak happiness is the average around the world. In the United States, in North America, it's more like $90,000, and then it could go up higher or lower depending on where you are exactly in North America or in the United States. But with this, I don't even know if it applies here. This seems like peak happiness would occur much lower, and it seems like Finland really just has different priorities in terms of money and family and the balance between the two, and it just seems like a completely different culture than the United States, which is really about like how much money can you accumulate and how much business can you do. It seems like this is more guided towards like family and just friends, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's entirely different.
I think it's really important that I'm in a lucky situation that I have extra money every month, since I don't have to worry about my healthcare or ever being hungry or anything. I think it's really important that I help others.
All right, so we just finished another millennial money video, and unfortunately, I have to say I can't really say much on this because I just don't know what it's like in Finland. I don't know what's good and what's bad and like what the retirement plans are there. I'd imagine that Finland would probably subsidize a lot of retirement, a lot of everything. I would just say is probably taken care of. I'm again just guessing. I don't really have much to say other than that it's an interesting video. It's a good look into another country to see what they value and what sort of programs they have. I can't really comment more on that just because I don't know about it. And I don't want to sound like I'm just some like idiot making videos on YouTube just saying whatever comes to mind, even though that's kind of what I end up doing here on this channel, just saying whatever comes to mind. But other than that, interesting video, interesting topic, and beyond that, we had another successful Millennial Money episode. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post there pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there. Also, if you guys want 2 free stocks, that's right, use the link down below in the description, and Webull is giving you 2 free stocks when you deposit $100 on their platform, and one of those stocks is going to be valued up to $1,000. So that means if you want 2 totally free stocks, just go and put $100 on the platform, get the 2 free stocks, and you're done. You may as well just do it. It's a pretty good return on your money, and that's it. So with that said, thank you so much for watching, and until next time.